Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Star of the Week Assembly. It's been a very different week again this week. A bit of snow to break it up. I hope you have fun in it. And I've got to actually go out and spend some time outside because it's still important to really get some fresh air as well, even in these hard times. So remember to go out, try and do some, exercise or something, even if it's in the garden or somewhere close by. But I hope you have been able to get out and have some fun. Start of the Week Assembly, as always, started up again. It's really nice to be able to see some of your work coming in. Keep going with the online learning. You're doing really, really well. And what's really, really interesting this week is if you head over to the Byron Wood YouTube channel, our virtual newsletter will be there, and we have done it in a number of different languages this week. So please have a look and give us your feedback. Handing over to Mr. Burrell to start.
Well, if anyone does want to do some exercise, Miss Reed put a PE lesson on. She's the Josephine Wicks.
Josephine Wicks. I'll have to have a look.
You know what I forgot to do?
Put the
clicker on. Oh well, you'll see a lot of me in this session. Okay, we are going to start with Sapia in Ash class. Sapia has continued to be eager to learn at home and has completed all of the tasks that have been given to her to a high standard. She also plays an active part in our team session every day. In Elm class, Abed has been working so hard at home, and this beautiful writing is from one of our live phonics lessons. Abed's handwriting and letter formation has really improved, and he's using his red fingers to sound out words. Abed always gives 100%, and so does his mum, who has worked so hard with him during lockdown. She always sends in his fantastic work, and Miss Janssen can't thank Abed's mum enough for all her wonderful help. We are very proud of you, Abed. Keep up the amazing work and make sure you share a certificate with your mum. Into year one, and Miss Beach is Star of the Week is Adam. He has worked extremely hard at home and has sent in some fantastic pieces of work. Miss Reed has been really impressed with how well Adam has worked on his writing at home, and another one of his handwriting is beautiful. Into the other year one class now, and in Fur class, the Star of the Week is Bayan. She has been engaged in lots of activities at home, as you can see in the pictures. The work Bayan sends is always full of enthusiasm and enjoyment. Bayan is absolutely brilliant in live phonics lessons each day, and she is always one of the first there, ready to be involved in the scavenger hunt. We can always hear Bayan's voice clearly and rely on her to be paying attention and able to offer an answer. She clearly shows that she enjoys learning and has shown in her work this week. She even wants to be a teacher. Good choice, Bayan. Keep up the good work, Bayan. Seeing your work every day makes us so happy. And into year two and Miss Mannion's class, and she has chosen Aisha. Miss Mannion says, we are so impressed with how much effort Aisha is putting in with her work at home. She sends work for every lesson, every day, and it's always completed to a high standard. She is clearly trying her best at home, and we are very proud of her. In particular, Miss Mannion is so impressed with her literacy. This is the first time they've done speech, and as you can see, she has used commas and inverted commas correctly in each sentence, and used a variety of speech verbs to convey meaning. Well done, Aisha.
And moving into Rowan class with Miss Hammy, we've got Sarah. Sarah is regularly submitting work and attending all her live phonics lessons. This week, she sent us some lovely science work where she has written a fantastic complex sentence using because. What I also really like about this piece of work is that I can see at the top where she has paused the videos to write down a response to something I've asked them to think about during the lesson. So well done, Sarah. Well done. What a good idea by pausing. Must admit, I keep pausing mine. Moving on to Willow class, we have got Sahil, and Miss Vadra has recommended Sahil because it's someone who is always trying his best and makes sure that the work he hands in is to the best of his ability. When given feedback, Sahil is quick to correct his errors and hand the work back in. As we all know, we learn best from our mistakes, and Mrs. Fadra says, keep up all the great work you are doing, Sahil. Now to Bert with Mr. Surridge, and it's Hibber. Just like last week's star, Hibber's been on every single lesson and has submitted work nearly every time. Her work is always to an extremely high standard, and she's currently determined to push herself and make sure that this lockdown does not affect her learning in year 3. And this is clear from the way that she looks at the feedback that I give her about her writing and how she acts on that feedback to improve it. Well done to Hibber. Next, in Maple class with Miss Whitehouse, we've got Amelia. She's tried exceptionally hard in every lesson since we started online lessons. Her work keeps getting better and better, and I can tell that she's really taking her time to make sure it is her best work. This week we've been working hard and writing our own stories about evacuation, and Amelia has really tried hard with this. She's been responding to marking and sending me her improved work after editing it. Well done, Amelia. Keep up the hard work, and Miss Whitehouse thinks that you are being a superstar and says thank you for it. Next, from Chestnut class, we have Mrs. Southwood has recommended Muntaha. It has been another week where it's been hard to choose just one star. There have been several children who have really impressed me. This week I've chosen someone who submits every single piece of work and shows that she's really listening and learning from everything that we are doing in live lessons. And she's put my star this week is Muntaha. Muntaha's writing has been really imaginative recently, and I really like the way she's trying out her own ideas whilst using the structures we are teaching. I particularly liked her similes in these pieces of work. Wise like an owl and as resilient as a teacher. Well, I think we're all being resilient now, definitely. And Miss Southwood says, well done, Muntaha. Keep up the good work.
We've had an owl seems to move into our back garden the last few weeks. Every night we can hear an owl.
Tweet, tweet.
No, that's the interesting thing. That's 2 owls. One owl says twit and one says tweet.
Learn something new every day.
Meanwhile, into Sycamore class, and Mohammed A is Mr. Mckenna Star of the Week. This week has seen a big improvement in his effort and quality of work. Maybe he was inspired by seeing all the good stars of the week last week. He has engaged much more with his online learning, and it is shown in the work being produced. He has finally shown what he is capable of. Mr. Mckenna is really proud of him this week. Well done, and more importantly, keep it up. Into Miss Kirby's class, and the star of the week is Maya. Now, there's 2 Mayas in this class, so you're going to have to read the spelling so you know which Maya it is. She is always attending online live lessons and is always on time. Maya also contributes to class discussion and comes up with some amazing ideas. Maya has created some wonderful assignments this week and also joined in our class's snowman challenge and created a lockdown cat, which you can see at the bottom, and I think the cat's wearing a mask to be on the safe side. As a class, we decided to run optional class challenges each week. This weekend, we are doing a bake-off competition. Now, if there's a bake-off competition, that needs to be taste tested. So if you need to drop us a cake off in school, then we will accept. Maya has come up with some amazing ideas for class challenges in the future. She is a pleasure to have in the class. I can attest to that. Into year 6, and from Elder Seagal has been a STAR in capitals all week in her online learning. She is always answering questions in sessions and adding on to other children's responses. She has been writing her own fairy tale in literacy about a greedy king who wants to keep treasure all for himself and a princess who is fighting to share it with the people. She listens carefully in all lessons and acts on feedback. We've also been learning about percentages in maths, and I've been really impressed with how hard she's worked at this, even though it can get tricky. Well done, Seagal. Keep it up. And finally, in Oak class, Haneen is the star of the week. Her effort and work have really stood out during this half term. Haneen is the only member of the class who has attended every single live session and completed all of the work that has been set. She has listened carefully, challenged herself, and made sure that she goes back and makes improvements. All of her work is outstanding.
Excellent to hear. Well, that's the end of our Star of the Weeks this week. I'm sure there was lots more people that could be and who are already aspiring to be stars next week. I hope you have a good week and stay safe, take care, and we will see you soon, all being well.